Well, South Africa is eyeing fellow BRICS countries to boost tourism numbers. The industry made a strong recovery in the first 6 months of 2023 after suffering a huge blow during the COVID-19 outbreak. It's hoping to use the BRICS Summit in August to attract a greater number of visitors from Brazil, Russia, India, and China as it works towards 20 million arrivals. CGTN's Julie Shire brings us the details of that.
South Africa will use the BRICS Summit to showcase the country and woo more visitors.
The BRICS countries have got the biggest population, and then so if more comes in, there will be more collaborative efforts, there will be more partnering, there will be more sharing of ideas, there will be more mobilities in terms of business ventures, in terms of understanding others' cultures and languages and all of that, and therefore that will be a huge boost for the country.
A strong rebound in tourist arrivals this year comes mainly from traditional markets, Africa and Europe. Asia showed phenomenal growth, doubling to almost 100,000 arrivals, which bodes well for the country's tourism plan.
We believe that the growth of tourism into South Africa is going to come mainly from India and China, and those are the markets that we need to work with very closely to grow and make sure that we get a fair share of tourists into South Africa. And the BRICS Summit gives us that opportunity to showcase to the leaders from these countries.
Business travel dominates movement from the BRICS nations, but with the bloc's growing middle class, interests are changing.
If you look at places like China, there's a lot more people that are interested in coming to South Africa for safari and many other things that we have to offer. And if you look at India, we have a greater connection with India, and we have more people that are interested in coming here.
Connectivity remains one of the biggest challenges. The BRICS countries are all long-haul destinations with direct flights only with Brazil and China.
We are working with the Department of Transport and the airlifting industry to look at the possibility of how to improve on the connectivity and the airlifting so that we have as many direct flights from various destinations as practically possible to South Africa.
South Africa is also working to lift visa restrictions for more destinations. Scrapping of visas for Brazil and Russia is starting to pay dividends.
We have done a visa waiver for Russia, and we've seen a greater number of people coming into South Africa. We still have to do more work in that market to make sure that people know about South Africa and they're able to travel into South Africa. Brazil, again, is also one of those markets that has been emerging in terms of tourism for us.
Targeting the BRICS nations is part of South Africa's bigger plan to push tourist arrivals to over 20 million in the next few years. It's now sitting at around 4 million, an 80% recovery from pre-pandemic levels. Julie Shire, CGTN, South Africa.